Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts, and today we're going to be making this beautiful Christmas card using the Peaceful Noel photopolymer stamp set and matching punch called the Sprig Punch. I've used it so many times already. And then this beautiful Specialty Designer Series paper called Joyous Noel. And it's beautiful. This sheet has copper embossing, and so does this one, as well as the one that we're going to be using today. So let's get started. My card base is made with crumb cake. I've gone ahead and folded it in half. The crumb cake is 5.5 by 8.5. And this is a piece of Whisper White that I've gone ahead and embossed with the Subtle Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder. It's one of the new folders in the catalog, and it's very beautiful. It is very subtle. And we used to have a paper that kind of had the same texture to it, but it just adds a bit of texture to your card. So I'm going to adhere that using Fast Fuse. And if you love Fast Fuse as much as I do, the refills are still available in the clearance rack, although it is no longer available in the catalog. I really like it, and it's especially good for 3D projects, which I do a lot of around Christmas. So we're going to adhere that right to the middle of our card. And then we're going to stamp out some pieces. This round piece here is for our saying, and I'm using Shaded Spruce, one of our new stamp pads. So to open these ones, you open straight up, slide it down, perfect. And using my 2-inch circle punch, I'm going to punch that out. And I want my saying to be more towards the bottom because I'm putting a bow in the top. There we go. And now I'm going to take a piece of copper foil, really, really pretty. And I'm going to be using our Starburst punch. And I'm going to punch out a little starburst. And I'll save this because I need to cut some sprigs out of that later. So I'll just adhere these together. Again, just using Fast Fuse. I will use some dimensionals to pop this up at the end, but for now I just want it flat down. There we go. And I'm going to use my Sprig Punch to cut out 2 sprigs out of the copper. One sprig out of our vellum. I find that when you add vellum to a card, it just makes it so beautiful. There we go. And this is Shaded Spruce, which matches our ink we used for our saying. There we go. I'm going to tie a little bow that's going to go right here on our card. And I'm just looking for my pieces of paper that I cut out and put somewhere, and now I don't see them. So while I tie the bow, I'll be casting a look around to see where, whoops. This ribbon is actually very easy to tie bows with. I don't know what happened there. And I like it because it's nice and flat. So once you've tied your bow, you can kind of squish it down a little bit to make it nice and flat. And I always wait to trim the ends of my bows off after because I always get a little frayed when you're tying the bow. Then using a glue dot, you just need one glue dot. This bow is not very thick. I'm going to put it right at the top. And that's going to go on our little, so then I'm going to take my sprigs and again putting a glue dot on. Whichever one I want in the front I put on first. So I'll put this vellum one and then I'll put the copper one behind it to make it show off a little bit more. Otherwise the vellum is hard to see. And I like to just offset them a little bit. There we go. And same thing for the bottom. I'll use my copper one first. And then the shaded spruce. This is one of the new colors that came out in the new annual catalog. It's really, really pretty. It's a really nice Christmas green. There we go. Now I'm just going to see what happened to my little strip of paper. Found it. It was hiding. So this piece is 2 inches by 5 1/4. So this one is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to line them up so that you can see a little bit of the green on the top and the bottom. So we'll go ahead with my fast fuse. And we'll put this onto the green. Trying to center it without putting my head under the camera. And then the green onto our card. And then using dimensionals, we will adhere our saying onto the front of the card. There we go. That's a really fast and easy Christmas card, but I think it looks really beautiful, and the paper really adds a really elegant touch to the card. So thank you for joining me today. I'm from pinerypapercrafts.com. Visit me on my website for more crafting ideas. Thanks and have a great day.